Okay, folks, listen carefully. The first minute or so of this video is things that I've shown you before, but you have to watch it in order to understand the new information. I'm laying the groundwork for the new information. So watch and listen. Okay, so you know that Elvis died at the age of 42. And Washington, the state of Washington, where Elvis is going to make his return in Seattle, Washington on June 11th, Washington is the 42nd state. Okay, so Elvis dies at the age of 42 and Washington is the 42nd state. And Seattle, Washington, its initials, SW, equals 42. And if you've been watching my videos, you know this already. So George Washington has two birthdays. They celebrated on 2/22, February 22nd, but his original birthday was February 11th, which is the 42nd day of the year, again with the 42. And if you've been really watching my videos, you know what this means. I told you Elvis is going to return on June 11th, and June is the 42nd month. 42nd month. And what does that mean? Like I said, if you've been watching my videos, you know what I'm about to show here. So what I did was I made a chart. You see January is the first month, and you go all the way across to December being the 12th month. And instead of starting from 1 again, I made January the 13th month, because December is the 12th. The next month would be 13. January is the 13th. So if you go to June, June is the 6th month. Then when it comes around again, it's the 18th month, then the 30th month, and the 42nd month. So June is also the 42nd month. You see that? Look, folks, I did countless videos about the number 42 and how it's connected to the Jackie Robinson. They made movies about the number 42. And even in the movie The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, it's also a book, I think. I'm not sure because I haven't read it or seen the movie. But it says the answer to the ultimate question of life is the number 42. Okay? Okay, like I said, I'm going to try and explain the unexplainable, all right? This is very hard. So the first reason why number 42 is so important, let me show you the first reason, okay? It's the first number. Like if you were to put 1 into the calculator or the 2 into the gematria calculator all the way up to 42, this is going to be the first number that you see this combination right here. 74, 38, 112. And what's so important about that? Because the number of Lucifer is 74, 38, 112. So just look at this. 74, 38, 112 equals Lucifer. And the number 42 is the first number that has that combination. But it has it in the back, not in the front, which is the more important one, would be in the front. And I'll show you which number has that later in the video. But 42 is the first one that has Lucifer's numbers. Now, let's look at this number real quick, which is not as important as this number, but because this is the totals. This particular number, it equals Elvis Aaron Presley. See Elvis Aaron Presley, the first row, 216, 81, 297. Has the number 42 over here. For number 42, Elvis Presley's number is the last part. Okay? So 42 has the first time you see Lucifer, and you also have this Elvis combination, but forget about that. And now I'm going to show you why the number 42 is so important. Look at the combination of these three numbers right here. First of all, it has the 42 again right here. Let me show you the first part. Look at this, 185. If you put Donald John Trump into the calculator, the very first number will be 185. You see what I'm saying? Donald John Trump equals 185. Forget about this right now, because I have something more important to show you. So now I'm going to show you the real important reason, the number 42. So now if I were to if I take these three numbers, which equals 42, these three numbers. So we take that set of numbers that I just showed you, we turn them into words because we're going to put it into the gematria calculator. So it's 142 was the first number, 43 was the second number, and 185 was the third number. Look what it equals. All right, now you're going to understand. You see this first number? That's all that's important. 614 for that set of numbers. 614. Donald John Trump was born on 614. And the first number that has any combination that equals 614 is the number 42. This first row right here, which is the most important number, because see, for the number 42, this is the forward number, this is the backward number, and this is just the totals. And that's why I said this is the third most important, this is the second most important, and this is the first most important, okay? And so the number 42, if you put these three into the calculator, you put it into the gematria calculator, it equals 614. And that's Trump's birthday. Okay, these are not coincidences. So that means that the first row right here for the number 42, this is Donald John Trump. And I told you that even 185 equals Donald John Trump, his total. And then this number was Lucifer's number. And that's the first time you see Lucifer's numbers in the number 42 is the first time. And then the total is what Elvis Aaron Presley equaled. And that's why in the month of June, June is the 42nd month also, because I told you the number 42 has to do with Trump. And if you guys really know my videos, like I said, Elvis was born in January, and look, 4 down is the number 37, and that means EL, because if you turn the 3 and 7 upside down, it would look like the word EL, which means God, just like 73, 3773. And the 4th down in June is the 42. So you have the 37, which is the EL for God, and then the 42. So it's the L42. And remember, I told you the same year Elvis died, in 1977, you had a Triple Crown winner named Seattle Slew. And he won the Triple Crown on June 11th. And I'm telling you that Elvis appears on June 11th in Seattle. And look at the word slew. Slew means to kill. You know what I mean? Destroy, kill, whatever. So if you take the word slew, you have the S, the W, which, and then if you separate, you have the letters EL, right? You have the S, W, and the letters EL. And I told you the letters EL looks like the number 37. If you turned it upside down, the E would be a 3, the L would be a 7. And I told you the initials SW is Seattle, Washington, and Seattle, Washington's initials equal 42. So it's 3742. And that's exactly my month's chart, you know. Elvis is January, where the number 37 is. And then June, where he returns, is the 42. 3742. It's the word slew. You understand what I just showed you? So remember, I told you that the number 42 is the very first number that has the combination of the number Lucifer. Okay, but it's in the back. This is the backwards number. So, and the only other number that has Lucifer's number, when you put it into the gematria calculator, like I said, 42 has it in the back. Which number has it in the front? And there's only one other number. So 42 is the first number, and it has it in the back. And now the next number I'm going to show you has it in the front. So here it is, the number 80. 80 is the only other number in all of the numbers. If you started from 1 all the way to whatever number, you'll never get it again. 80 is the only number that has it in the front. Lucifer's number shows up in the front, and 42 was in the back. Remember, I showed you that. So the number 80. So remember, I showed you on my month chart that June had the 42 connected to the 37, which is the EL, right? EL 42. Now let's see where the 80 is. Because remember, this was Lucifer's number in the back. The number 42 had it. 80 had it in the front. And it lands in August. And August is the month that Obama's born. Okay? 80. And look where it lands in Elvis's thing. See, 73. 37 was the 42. And that's the first time we saw Lucifer, his number, but it was the backwards. Then the 73. So the 37, 73 is the EL, and 73 lands with the 80. If you go straight across, it lands in August, which is the month Obama was born. And if you guys saw my videos about the 738 and how important it is, you understand what I just showed you there, because it's 7380. The 0 is a crown. And you know Elvis, he was born on January 8th, 1935. So what year did he turn 73 years old? Because I told you the 73 and the 37 is important. The 73, he turned 73 in 2008, but he died, in 1977. But what I'm saying is, if he was alive, he would have turned 73 in 2008. And what happened in 2008? There's the winner of the 2008 presidential election, Obama. You see? He won the 2008 election. So are you getting what I'm showing you? So Elvis is born in the 73rd month. Okay, January's 73 it has in it. And Obama has the 80, which is the combination of numbers 08. Okay? You understand? Elvis turned 73 in 2008. And it's the 7380. 80 is the first time you see Lucifer's number in the first row. You remember I showed you that 80 equals Lucifer's numbers in the first row. You see? Lucifer equals 74, 38, 112. And it just so happens the word the king equals 74, 38, 112. You see? Every number is the same except this one. Instead of 43, which Lucifer had, this has 34. Same numbers, but backwards. Every other number is the same. So the king basically equals Lucifer. And Elvis was known as the king. And Seattle, where Elvis is going to return, is in King County. It's the seat, like a throne, of the king. Do you see? King C. Look at that. Anyway, the seat is in the word Seattle. Do you see it? I told you, Elvis is the beast out of the sea, and he's also, that's his throne. King County. And that's why they were talking about, those big bees. They call them hornets, whatever the heck. They were murder hornets. And the first time they came to the United States was in the county of Washington, because hornet is the word throne in anagram. THORNE. That's the word throne. And that's why it came to Washington, because that's where Seattle is. You understand? That's where the king's throne is. And remember, the corona, the first time there was a case was in Seattle. And the first person that died was in Washington State. Okay? And, the word corona means crown, because Elvis is getting his 19 crown. If you've seen my videos, you know what I'm talking about. And the first clinical trials for the injection was a Seattle woman and a Seattle man. Jennifer Haller was the first one. And the first person to take the injection in America was this black nurse. And she took it on December 14th, 2020. And December 14th is the day George Washington died, you see? Everything's connected to death and destruction, I told you. So, like I said, I established that Lucifer equals 74, 38, 112. And that the number 80 is the first time that you see the number 74, 38, 112 in the first row. And you'll never see it again. This is the only number that has this Lucifer combination. And the only number to have it going backwards, 74, 38, 112, the Lucifer number, is 42. So those are the important numbers. 80 and 42. 842. So if you were to put those two numbers together, 80, 42, look what it equals. 216, 81, 297. That's the Elvis Presley number. Okay, the 216th day of the year is August 4th, which is the day I'm telling you Trump gets his head wound. And backwards, it's 162, 162nd day of the year is June 11th. So you have my two predictions. The June 11th is the 162nd day of the year where Elvis returns. And the 216th day of the year is August 4th, the day I'm telling you Trump gets his head wound on Obama's birthday. August 4th is the 216th day of the year. So you have two 16s. 16 twos. Do you get it? Because I told you Elvis was a twin and he was born on 1/8. 1/8 and 1/8 is 216. So it's two 16s. 16 twos. Do you not understand? Like I said, Elvis had a twin that died at birth, and his name was Jesse Garone Presley. And look, it's got my name in it, Garo. That's my name, you see that? So obviously this month chart that I discovered and that I created is super important, okay? And I've shown you the importance of it in other videos, but right now I just want to show you this. So January, like I said, up to 73 is 7 down. So if you were to write all these numbers, 1, 13, 25, 37, 49, 61, 73, okay, and also write the August numbers, 8, 20, 32, 44, 56, 68, up to 80. Let's just write all those numbers into the calculator and see what we get. So before I show you the total, I just want you to see that I put it into the calculator. So 1, 13, 25, 37, 49, 61, 73, which is Elvis's months in January. And then these are Obama's months in August, 8, 20, 32, 44, 56, 68, 80. Now look what it equals. Look at this. Look at this first number right here. 1666. Look at that. It's got the 666, it's got the 16, and it's got Elvis is the 16, then Trump with the 6, and then Obama with the 6, you see? And look, it's got the 8822. I told you Trump rises on 8822 after he gets his head wound on 8422. Oh, interestingly enough, even the date of Washington's death, 12/14, is in here. 12/14, Washington died. And remember, I was the first one to ever, in the world, to ever show Barack Hussein Obama equals 666, because I created this type of gematria where you count the totals. Anyway, so Barack Hussein Obama, his full name, equals 666. And I showed you guys that when you put all three of their names together, Elvis, Aaron Presley, Donald John Trump, Barack Hussein Obama, you get the jackpot number. Look, 777. I mean, what is the chance of getting the 777 there? And just like I showed you that Barack Hussein Obama had 666 and nobody had ever shown that before, like I said, I created this gematria, and look at this. This is also something I created. So if you were to put Lucifer into the gematria calculator, this would be the first count. But what happens is, like I said, I created this. It would take all these numbers right here, and it would write them. It would write it into this box right here. It would do it, and you get a second count for Lucifer. Okay, then it takes all these numbers and turns them into words again into this box. You see all the words, all the numbers are now turned into words. And you get a third count. And now look what you get. See, this is the third count for Lucifer. And nobody ever put a 666 on Lucifer until I created this type of gematria. Look at this. Lucifer's last numbers. Because remember, it's a 3 count that I'm showing you. It gives you 3 different counts for the name Lucifer. And in the third count, because the third time is the charm, you understand? Everything is in threes. 666 is the last 3 numbers. You see that? For Lucifer. Do you understand? Anyway, folks, let me keep going. And you remember I told you that the corona means crown. The corona 19. Elvis is searching for his 19 crown, okay? And it's in Seattle, his throne and his crown. So corona means crown, corona 19. It's all about the 19. So now back to the months chart again. Anyway, so I told you how important the 3-7 and the 7-3 is because it's the word EL. The letters 3-7 and 7-3 looks like the letters EL. EL means God. Now, let's count how many down. Watch this. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? And the next row of numbers, okay, you go to June. The 162nd number is the 14th, and Trump is born on June 14th. The 14th number, the 14th month down is 162, and the 162nd day of the year is June 11th. See, even the 162 is in the month of June. Okay, but forget about that right now, because remember, and it's the 14th number down, and Trump was born on June 14th. But anyway, so look at this. So that's 14, there's 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So the 222, and next year is 222. And I told you, if you saw my last video, that Washington died 222 years ago. Okay, all throughout next year, it's going to be 222 years also from Washington's death. So the 19th number down is 222 in the month of June. And that's Trump's month, right? And the month that Elvis returns. So the 222 is the 19th month. And remember, the 73 means L. So watch what I do now. So I'm going to take all the months of January up to 73, where Elvis is born in January, right? So it's because the 73 means EL, means the final, it's the last part of the word God. I mean, 37 means EL and 73. So 73 is the last part. So January is the month Elvis was born. So you got 13th month, 25th month, 37th month, 49th month, 61, 73rd month, okay? So I put that into the calculator. And then I put the month of June, okay? This was from the 6th month all the way to the 222. Okay, 222 number. And remember that 222 was the 19th number. So it's 19 numbers here and 7 here. 7 numbers, not 19 numbers. And before I show you what this equals, let me show you what 719 means. So remember, I told you Trump is born on June 14th, which is the 165th day of the year. And I told you June 11th is the 162nd day of the year. And the 14th month down in the month of June was 162, which was June 11th. Anyway, June 14th is Trump's birthday, right? It's the 165th day of the year. How many days remain? 200 days remain in the month, in the year, I mean. So what is the 200th day of the year? That would give you the backwards birthday of June 14th. So June 14th's backwards birthday would be the 200th day of the year. And the 200th day of the year is July 19th, and that's 7/19. Do you understand? Trump's backwards birthday, Trump's born on June 14th. His backwards birthday is 7/19. And that's all the numbers I put in here. I told you month of January up to 73 was 7 numbers. And then all these numbers were 19 up to 222, 222. So there's your 7/19. It's connecting to Trump, you see? And again, before I show you what this calculates to, let me show you one more incredible thing about the 7/19 and June 14th. So if you put June 14th, the day Trump is born, June 14th, into the calculator, this is what you get. Now pay attention. 182, 65, 196, 70. Just remember these 4 numbers, because what I'm about to show you equals the exact same as this. June 14th equals the exact same as July 19th. It's exact same numbers. So June 14th is the backwards of July 19th in numbers. You know, it's its backwards birthday, and it equals the exact same. July 19th and June 14th are equal the exact same in gematria. And I told you that June 14th is the backwards birthday of July 19th. Can you believe this? And it's the only one that does that. Every other backwards birthdays, none of them equal the same. I checked every single date on the calendar. June 14th and July 19th are the only ones to do that. Okay, now I'm going to reveal what these numbers equaled. Remember, this is Elvis's months in the month of January up to 73. Okay? And then all these are June's months up to 222. Now let's see what it equals. Look at this number, will you? Watch what I show here. Let me make it bigger, that way you could see it. Look. First of all, it equals perfectly all the way down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, that's one good thing. Then look right here. Remember, Elvis had an identical twin that died at birth. So if it's 1/8 was his birth date, 1/8, you have 1/18. Okay, so it's 2 people. You understand? So it's 1/18. And then he was born in the year 35. So look at this. It's an exact birthday of Elvis here. And if you add his twin, it's 1/1, 2 of them on the 8th, on the 35th year. Okay, let's forget about that. Here's where it's important. It equals 6014. 6/14 is Trump's birthday. You see what I'm saying? How can this be? And remember, I just showed you that all those numbers that I showed you a minute ago that had to do with the 7/19, it equaled his birthday right here. 6/14. I mean, is this unbelievable? Okay, folks, listen. I have so much more to show, okay? And I'm going to show you another new thing in the next video, and that one's going to be a lot shorter, and it's super important information, the next one too. But before I end it, I want you to see something that I've shown before when I first discovered this month chart. Remember, I'm telling you that Trump gets his head wound on August 4th. Okay? Obama's birthday is August 4th. So if you go 4 months down, because remember, August is the 8th month. The next time it comes around, it's the 20th month. The next time it comes around, it's the 32nd month, and then the 44th month. So the 4th month down is the 44th month, and that's the month I'm telling you. I mean, and I'm telling you, Trump gets his head wound on 8/4, Obama's birthday, and it just so happens the fourth number down is the 44th month. Are you kidding me? And I've shown this before, and 44 equals the word kill. Okay. And I told you how it connects to MLK and to Memphis, Tennessee, and where Elvis lived. Anyway, the 44 equals kill, fourth number down, and it starts with 8. August is the 8. 4 down is the 44. And I'm telling you, Trump gets his head wound on August 4th, 8/4. 4 days later, he rises on 8/8. Okay, you see how crazy that is? Anyway, like I said, I could have gone on all day showing you all the connections with that month chart, but I've got to end the video. And like I said, I have a really important thing to show you, super important, the next one, but I'm not sure when I'm going to do that video, but it'll blow your mind. Anyway, folks, I rambled on in this video, but hopefully you understood how important this information is. End of video.